Today was a moment where we witnessed the exploitation of vulnerable families, making our kids responsible for the actions of their parents. Many of these parents are here are just trying to give their kids a better life. They're trying to run away from gun violence themselves, cartel leaders. They're just trying to make sure their kids got a shot that's better than them in life, can get a good job, can eat, can survive, can literally read a book. And we just pass laws to undo Supreme Court precedents that understand that our babies should not be subjected to the vicious laws that we in place on immigrants who are just trying to come to America and make this place better. We're denying educational opportunities to children as part of their political goal of undoing Supreme Court decisions that were put in place just to protect kids. We have seen the Republican Party here use immigrants as punching bags for their political agenda. And then this is just a new low because you hit kids. We come here to make sure we are reducing traffic congestion and building up our infrastructure to expand pre-K access for all kids, to raise wages, and the cost of an inflation is just making rent just unbearable. Yet we sitting here attacking kids. We sitting here erasing DEI because we say if you too black, if you a woman, you do not deserve the same educational opportunities or representations on boards as we do as Republicans, as white men. This is a new low. This is a new low. They didn't send us up here to bully kids. They sent us up here to get the work done of the people of Tennessee. Now I have several Bible verses I could quote, but it was already quoted on the floor about how even God don't even stand for this. They sit here talk about this bill to keep undocumented kids out of schools, a financial issue. But did y'all forget Jesus fed everybody with 2 fish? 2. Did you forget Jesus was an immigrant? Did you forget Jesus stood for the least of these? And it's up to him to decide who's righteous and who's not. But it's on us to love everybody. It's not for us to pick and choose who we go love and who we support. God said love and pick everybody, and that is what our laws should match. Ain't the Bible the state book? Right?
So certainly today was, I think, one of those days in the Tennessee Senate where you not only are unhappy with the outcome, but you are absolutely devastated and gutted with the outcome. It is not lost on me that last week we commemorated the assassination of Dr. King, who truly advocated and gave his life in the belief that whether you are black or white, you are in poverty or you're an immigrant, that you will be treated as a basic human being. And that next week is Holy Week, at the end of which we will celebrate the resurrection. Instead, in the General Assembly, we're focused on a piece of legislation that I said on the floor is not a political issue. It's not whether or not you agree about immigration or undocumented folks. It has to do with children. If you care about kids, if you want to create a permanent subclass of individuals who are uneducated, if you want to tell a 5-year-old that they cannot go to kindergarten unless their parents can afford to pay tuition, you want to tell 900,000 families across the state that they have to provide a birth certificate in order to register their kids to vote. If you don't have a copy of yours, it can range between $15 and $50 to get a new one. That we justify this legislation by saying the cost to educate undocumented students is breaking our education systems, when we actually have no way of quantifying that amount. There has not been a school district that has sent a resolution in support of this legislation. One district presented one and they quickly rescinded that. No school district has asked for this. They have not said the burden of educating undocumented students is so high that we can no longer afford and manage it. I even asked Chairman Watson in committee if he had heard from any school districts that requested it, and he said, we've all had those conversations, maybe not on the record, with folks from our school districts. My response was, I represent the largest school district, and I have not ever had that request. As we walked out of the elevator today and we went to our chamber, they had to clear a special pathway for us because there were babies, 5 year olds and 6 year olds there with their little signs. It had their handprint on it. And I got one from Joaquin who wanted to be an artist and his little handprint. And when I put my hand up to it, I said, it's so small. And instead of us embracing that hand, we are pushing it away. Folks know it's not right. This is not politics. These are children. We know this is unconstitutional, and our attempt is to take advantage of a different court to do it. So I'll just end with this. It's up to the House now. I hope that, in true bipartisan nature, that this legislation will fail because it does not represent who we say we are as Tennesseans. It's not representing who we say we are as Christians and who we say we are as elected officials.
Just on that note, how is it looking in the House?
Well, all I can guarantee you in the House is we're going to fight like hell to protect the children of Tennessee. People of every faith believe this is a bad idea. Everybody knows this is unconstitutional, and we're going to fight like hell to protect every child, to provide an education in compliance with the state constitution, as well as the interpretation of the Constitution by the Supreme Court of the United States.
Why do you think they fought the bill?
If you look at the Republican National Committee and their strategy, they've politicized this issue. And it was politicized at the federal level. Congress didn't act. Congress is not acting. And when Joe Biden had a solution with a joint bipartisan conservative group of Republicans and Democrats to come up with a solution, it was President Trump that said, don't let it pass. So they want it to be a political issue. They want it to be hyperpartisanship. So they have politicized children, politicized immigration on purpose. They don't want a solution. So that's why you can see stuff like this. And they do it on purpose to get to the courts because they have the Supreme Court. They want to get it there so they can get a determination that they want politically. And it's hurting people. It's hurting children. It's hurting families. It's devastating families across this country, not just in our state. It's across the country. So they politicize it on purpose.